is in action. When you push your way through the hate, through the heartache, through the pain, love is in action. Love is in action. See, she made up her mind. She said, I'm going to get to the Lord. And she did everything that she had within her power. She pushed her way through the crowd. Some people probably was stepping on her. Some people probably was kicking her. And y'all, just imagine this. Just imagine this. If you had a football game or a concert. Come on here, somebody. I know y'all go to the concerts. You know, I remember my time when I went to Cameo. I remember the Earth, Wind, and Fire. I remember Parliament and the Funkadelics. I've been to all those things. I remember, and I was shot for joy. But I also remember when I was there, I said, I got to get to the front of the line. So whatever it took for me to get to the front of the line, I did it with all my heart. And that's what that woman did. She pressed her way through the crowd. And then when she got to Jesus, she said, if I can touch the hem of Jesus' garment. And then she reached up out of nowhere. She touched the hem of his garment. And the Bible says virtue went away from Jesus. He said, who touched me? The woman was a little bit afraid. See, understand this, saints. You can't be afraid in the house of God to let the Lord know who you are. She was afraid to tell Jesus who she was. You can't be afraid. And then you have the disciples trying to nobody touch you. You can't let nobody stop you from giving your praise unto the God. Come on here. You can't stop it. You can't let nobody hinder you. This is what I'm saying. She pressed away. And when she touched the hem of his garment, the Bible says she was made whole. That's love in action. She knew what she wanted. How many of y'all know what you wanted? Do you really know what you want? I'm talking about, do you sincerely in your heart know what you want? Not just in life, but after this life. Understand, there is a day that's coming. I was telling the deacon, sometimes I ride in my car and I sit and I ask the Lord, I say, God, I think about it, Lord, how am I going to go from here? How are you going to call me home? Am I going to be right when you call me? Where would I find myself? Will it be a peaceful? Will it be a car wreck? Will it be a robbery? How would it be? I wonder about that. But one thing I purpose in my heart, I say, Lord, please keep me in the center of your wheels. So if I stray to my left, if I stray to my right, that you'll find a way to pull me back in line and line me up so when you call me, I'll be ready to face judgment. But I can hear you say, well done, my good and faithful servant. Where will you be? How would your life be? We're caught up in a lot of things. God has called us to be disciples. We can't hold this thing to ourselves. If you've been in God's church, you know who you are. If you've been in God's church and working in the house of the Lord, and you have found yourself taking a back seat, you found yourself missing 1, 2, 3, 4 church service a week, you find yourself not coming to the house of the Lord, you find yourself not doing what you was already taught to do. The Bible says it's more bad for you to put your hands to the plow and take them away from the Lord. That means you're going to be judged a little bit worse than those that have not accepted the Lord. You are going to be judged because you had said, God, for you I live, and for God I die. Then you took your hand off the plow. Now God got to judge you. Come on here. Come on here. You've been in the church of God, and you know. See, this is what I like to do. I like people to look at themselves. The preacher don't have to tell you about you. The preacher don't have to tell you. All you have to do is point at me. Hallelujah. And say, if my church was like me, what would my church be? If my church was like me, what would my church be? If you had a bunch of hackling hounds in the church, what would your church be? A bunch of hackling hounds. If you had a bunch of liars in the church, what will your church be? A bunch of liars. Come on here. If you had a bunch of backbiters in the church, what will your church be? A bunch of backbiters. How is your characteristics? How do you present yourself before the Lord? See, you're not presenting yourself before the pastor. You're not presenting yourself before the deacons. You're not presenting yourself for the sisters on the mission board. You're not presenting yourself to the people in the choir. You're not presenting yourself to your mother, your friend, your husband. You're presenting yourself to God. God love in an action. When God presented himself to us, he presented himself in a more perfect and excellent way. There's nothing wrong with him. The Bible says he was tempted in all things, but he sinned not. Come on here, somebody. He sinned not. God loved us unconditionally. He gave of himself. And you know what? He didn't ask us for nothing.